Welcome to Pop Culture Icons. I'm your host, Maya Starr. Today on Pop Culture Icons, imagine pouring your soul into your craft, revolutionizing an industry, only to find it consuming you from the inside out. Today, we explore the tragic brilliance of Osamu Tezuka, a man driven by a fire so intense, it not only illuminated the world, but also tragically burned him to ashes, revealing a critical lesson about the delicate balance between passion and self-preservation that could save your life. The pen trembles in his weathered hand, but still he draws. In a cramped Tokyo studio on a cold February night in 1989, Osamu Tezuka hunches over his desk, surrounded by towers of paper that threaten to topple with each labored breath. His doctors have given him days to live. The stomach cancer is winning. Yet here he sits, possessed by an urge that has defined his entire existence, creating until his final moment. You might wonder why a man who revolutionized Japanese animation, who earned the title God of Manga, would spend his last precious hours this way. The answer lies not in ambition or obligation, but in something far more primal, something you might recognize in yourself. Post-war Japan was a wasteland of broken dreams, buildings reduced to rubble, families torn apart. Hope itself seemed to have burned away with the bombs. Into this gray world stepped a young boy who saw something different. While others saw only destruction, Osamu Tezuka saw blank canvases waiting to be filled with color. In the quiet moments between air raid sirens, he would lose himself in contraband American cartoons. Disney's Bambi became his escape, its fluid animation and emotional depth showing him possibilities that transcended the bleakness around him. While other children played in the ruins, Tezuka filled countless pages with drawings, creating worlds where robots could have souls and animals could speak of peace. The traditional Japanese art establishment viewed his work with disdain. His medical school professors warned him about wasting his talent. But Tezuka knew something they didn't. He saw how stories told through pictures could reach people in ways that words alone never could. In 1947, his manga, New Treasure Island, exploded onto the scene. It was unlike anything Japan had seen before. Dynamic panels, cinematic angles, characters that moved with unprecedented fluidity. The establishment criticized his techniques as too Western, too revolutionary, but the public was entranced. Here was someone breaking all the rules and creating something magnificent in the process. Success bred more demands, more stories, more characters, more innovations. Tezuka's studio became a crucible of creativity, the air thick with the scratch of pens and the smell of ink. He worked through nights, through illnesses, through exhaustion. When asked why he pushed himself so hard, he would simply smile and return to his drawing board. The creation of Astro Boy in 1952 marked a turning point. This story of a robot boy with a human heart captured Japan's imagination and became the nation's first animated television series. But the triumph came at a cost. Tezuka's relentless pace began to take its toll. Aichi Fukui's death from overwork cast a dark shadow over the industry. Yet Tezuka wouldn't stop. His animation studio, Mushy Production, became both a triumph and a cautionary tale. While producing groundbreaking works that would influence generations, it teetered constantly on the edge of financial ruin. Tezuka poured his earnings from manga into keeping the studio afloat, sacrificing sleep and health to maintain his vision. The company eventually collapsed, but not before changing animation forever. His works tackled increasingly complex themes: the nature of humanity in Phoenix, medical ethics in Black Jack, the cost of war in Adolf. Each new project seemed to drain more life from him, while simultaneously feeding his creative fire. If you're enjoying pop culture icons, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Fame Formula. Discover how unknowns like Elon, Taylor Swift, and Beyoncé became cultural phenomena. Now, back to the episode. By the late 1980s, Tezuka's body began to betray him. The stomach pains he'd ignored for years could no longer be dismissed. Yet even as cancer ravaged him, his creative output remained staggering. In his hospital bed, he continued to draw, to write, to create. The doctors marveled at his determination. His family pleaded with him to rest. But you see, for Tezuka, rest was never an option. Creation wasn't just what he did, it was who he was. In his final days, he completed pages for his ongoing series, planned new projects, and sketched ideas that would never see completion. On February 9, 1989, the pen finally fell from his hand for the last time. Today, every manga panel that pushes boundaries, every anime frame that stirs emotion, carries an echo of Tezuka's influence. His works have been translated into dozens of languages, inspiring creators from Tokyo to Hollywood. The techniques he pioneered, the dramatic close-ups, the flowing action sequences, the deep character development, have become fundamental to visual storytelling worldwide. But his true legacy isn't just in the art he created. It's in the lesson his life teaches us about the double-edged nature of passion. You feel it, don't you? That burning drive to create, to achieve, to leave your mark on the world. It's the same fire that drove Tezuka to revolutionize an art form while simultaneously consuming him. His story isn't just about success or failure, it's about the price we pay for our passions and the wisdom to understand their true cost. The challenge for you isn't to avoid that fire, it's to harness it without being consumed by it. To create with the intensity of Tezuka while learning from his sacrifice. Your passion, like his, has the power to change the world. But unlike him, you have the opportunity to write a different ending. Look at your own creative fire. Are you feeding it wisely or letting it feed on you? The world needs your vision, your stories, your innovations, but it needs you alive to share them. In those final moments at his drawing board, Tezuka wasn't just creating manga. He was teaching us his most important lesson, that our greatest work should enhance our lives, not end them. That passion should illuminate our path, not burn us to ashes. The pen may have fallen from his hand, but his story continues through you. Through every creator who dares to push boundaries while respecting their own limits. Through every dreamer who understands that the greatest masterpiece isn't just what you create, it's how you live while creating it. This is your challenge now. Honor Tezuka's legacy not by working yourself to death, but by finding that delicate balance between passion and preservation. Create fiercely, but create wisely. Let your fire burn bright enough to light the way, but not so hot that it consumes you. After all, the most powerful stories are the ones that live on, and yours is still being written. On the next episode of Pop Culture Icons, imagine if the relentless passion that drove Osamu Tezuka to revolutionize animation could be channeled into another realm. Next week, we delve into the world of tech, where a rebellious youth took on the mighty IBM and changed the game forever. This isn't just about creating computers, it's about shattering paradigms, much like our animation legend did. But remember, genius often comes at a price. Don't miss how this innovator's pursuit of perfection shapes not just an industry, but his very being. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Fame Formula. 7 days, 7 brilliant tactics. Learn the mindset to go from invisible to influential using the dark arts of fame engineering. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/PCI. Thanks for watching.